had it out again last night with the crowd. You know,
there's a rebellion going on, the dinner rebellion in your house.
We're called a family meeting last week. Here's what we like. Here's what we don't like. And
did you listen with an open mind, or were you sort of closed off, non-Ted Lasso?
It's all targeted at Kelly. He's the cook.
Yes, I'm the cook, and I tried to listen with an open mind, but I snapped at them. I said, now you don't like breakfast for dinner. Now you don't like chicken casserole. Now there's too much chickadee. What? What's going on? And because they were complaining about same meals over and over again.
But what did you open the floor and just say, "Tell me what you want"?
Yeah, I did.
And what do they want?
Well, they want
pizza.
They like a pizza.
Nuggets.
They like a lasagna. I say, I'll be glad to make a lasagna or a cicchetti, but both of those things are made in enormous pans, and we don't eat them. You all won't eat leftovers. And my wife said, we'll make a half recipe, make a half a dish.
It's hard to make
One-shot Johnson?
Yeah, one-shot Johnson. I'm one-shot Johnson. That's it. When you said it, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go one-shot Johnson on this thing.
It's hard to make a half a
lasagna. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Very difficult to do that. I'm going to attempt it.
Yeah, the pan's the pan, right?
It is.
And the noodles are the noodles.
They're longer.
So how many of the 4 people in your house, and there are still 2 minors, who will eat leftovers?
My wife eats leftovers for lunch.
I mean, leftover lasagna is
delicious.
Yeah, the next day. It's like meatloaf.
Melded together better.
It's great.
Yes.
But my kids, they won't eat much of anything.
I get that.
That's their thing. And, they're just not. Some nights we cook out burgers. They love that. Occasionally we'll have steaks. They like that. Spaghetti they'll eat. But most of the stuff I make, last night I made a nice fajita dish.
Yeah.
I'm making fajitas. And, of course, both of them are like, no vegetables. And I was like, well, how am I going to get these peppers and onions out of, so I'm picking peppers out of the
out of the mix.
Tell them to pick them out.
Yeah, thank you. I should tell
them on
them
the plate.
Your boy's 16. He can pick them out.
Pick them out.
Pick them out yourself.
Both can.
They open it up and look at it like, what is this? There's a green pepper that slipped through. Like, that'd be good for you. Eat it. So,
The people that will teach them to eat will be their friends. When they get older and they get deeper into high school or college, they're going to go out with their friends, and their friends are going to be eating broccoli and asparagus and all kinds of things.
It may take a while.
It'll take them a while.
When does that happen?
Oh, God, yeah. Both
in
my
high
kids.
School?
Later in high school and into college, yes.
They eat asparagus and stuff.
Yes.
Not me.
Me neither.
Not me in high school, not in college.
Not me either.
It was fast food. It was fast food all the time.
No, well, for females, it's different.
Perhaps.
Because they're watching a little more weight, and they've got the scene to make, and they're going to eat more vegetables and fruit.
My,
Here come the emails.
Man.
It's true.
You gals know what I'm talking about.
Y'all want to look good for the fellas, as they eat the fast food.
You're making the scene.
Gotta make the scene, Daddy-O.
That's a Dave Aiken dating reference, if there's ever been one.
Keep trim, gals.
For all the hot
Make sure you
cats
look
out
good.
there.
Make sure you look good while your boyfriend's slamming his whopper.
Boys won't pay attention to you with a thick waist.
Yeah.
I saw there's this.
She's a handsome woman.
Once in a while.
A fine figure.
That's a fine figure of a woman, isn't it? Once in a while, there's lists online, like from a 1950s magazine or a newspaper or something, like how to keep your husband happy or something.
Right,
like
or what you should do every day to make your man happy.
I saw some dating advice from the 1950s a while back.
And it sounded like that.
Yeah.
Let your date order.
Yeah. It was those kind of things. And
Don't speak unless you're spoken to.
Here it is. That's right. This was from it was a 1954 article called 100 Ways to Get a Husband.
Oh.
And it was suggestions. It was printed in a 1958 issue of McCall's magazine, reprinted. 100 Ways to Get a Husband. And here's some of the advice they gave. And it's very, very similar to some of the stuff you were saying there, Dave.
I'm not, I don't think.
Get a job demonstrating fishing tackle in a sporting goods store, and maybe you'll attract the eye of a man. In 1950,
that's pretty rare. For women to be working at a sporting goods store
in 1958,
in the 50s.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. Get lost at a football game.
I'm so ditzy. I can't find my seat.
You know how dangerous that is nowadays.
If only there was a man to help. What's your ticket say, doll?
Have you been downstairs to the locker, sugar?
Get to know the boss man a little better if he's single. So there's that.
Show him a little thigh.
Yes. Read the obituaries to find an eligible widower.
Ooh.
Perhaps, this is how to find a husband. Wear a Band-Aid. A man may ask you, hey, what happened?
I got shot in the war.
I'm such a klutz.
Let's see, a couple more here. Stand in a corner and cry softly. Chances are,
Well, now this
someone will come over and ask you what's
They're
wrong.
there.
this screams of desperation.
Or offer a hanky.
My favorite one. That's my favorite one. These are ways women in the 50s could attract a man and catch a husband. The last one, get a sunburn. They'll come over and say, hey, where were you this weekend?
Can I
like that.
rub something on you?
Get lost at a football game or get a sunburn.
Dear Lord.
That's it. Yeah, the way these gals eat these days, you got to make sure you lay off the carbohydrates and such. My son makes ramen at night after dinner. You know, he'll come down.
For second supper?
Yes, for second supper. He'll push his salmon around the plate, come down and make a ramen casserole.
Just make him ramen.
Maybe that's what I should do.
Just one day,
Just
just
give
make
him
him ramen.
Just make
And
ramen.
say, here's your dinner.
Would the family eat that or just him?
Just him. Well, I'm really branching out. Now we're doing the jambalaya tomorrow night.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got to be
Okay.
done. It's got to be done.
To me, as an adult, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, a 13-year-old, I may not have
Well, that's
jambalaya.
right. My daughter's hard to. She doesn't like jambalaya, and she's hard to satisfy too. It's an ongoing process, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to figure out what to make these kids and my wife for dinner. But I've learned some ways to attract a man. At least there's that here on this program.
I say give him a couple of slices of bread and a hunk of Velveeta and tell him to
Let
make
them
something
go
out of
at
it.
it, right?